Hey, what's happening? How are you doing today on this Friday? If you're in California, did you get any snow where you're at? I know not here, but places around. It's definitely showing up pictures on social media this morning of getting snow, sometimes up to 6 inches, sometimes just a dusting. I know even on the coast in Humboldt County, they got the other day, they got a little dusting of snow. So, did you get any? Where I'm at? No, just plenty of rain. Although temperature outside we're showing is still hovering around 37 degrees here. So, anyways, hey, we are here talking about how to, for those 50 and older, how to create your own plan for your health and wellness freedom for personal growth by working on your body and spirit, something that I call balancing the triad. I want to make sure you can do this even if you've had little to no success before. The main idea is making sure you figure out what's going to fit in your life and what you want to do. And my throat's going this morning, so you have to forgive me again. And today we're going to cover one of the aspects of personal spirituality because this is kind of like your guiding light. It kind of guides you toward your decisions. So regain connection, regain your connection with yourself. That's what our topic is. So in our busy world of kind of hustle and bustle, we're often being pulled in so many different directions, and we got different ideas, different directions. What's going on? What's taking place here? Trauma's going on, different transitions. What's take place? And part of that is oftentimes we're not taught how to navigate that. We're not taught to navigate all this craziness kind of goes on. And with that, it can be easy to lose ourselves. And part of it is you might not know it. So as you go through to kind of rediscover the connection to yourself, it's a very personal process. And you're going to figure out, as with many things, and you always talk about, is you got to figure out what works for you. But one of the first steps is to realize you have lost yourself. And sometimes that can be a connection because you might, so that's going to be the first step. You got to figure out, okay, I've lost who I am. And there might be a point to where you kind of come in there one of those quiet times and you're just kind of going, what am I doing? What life am I living? Is this my life or is this somebody else's? And that's where the notion come in. You can go, am I happy? Am I enjoying what I'm doing? If it's not, you might realize, okay, that's the first step. You have lost connection with yourself and you want to start to regain it back. I've got my notes in front of me to make sure. I've done it before without notes and it doesn't always flow as well. So you got to realize, okay, I've lost my connection with myself. Now understand it's going to take some time to regain it, and it might take a little trial and error, but it's going to definitely be worth it. So one of the first things you're going to do is once you acknowledge it, say, okay, I want to make this change. I need to reconnect and remember who I am. Make some time for yourself. And this is where the baby steps of balancing the triad can come in. We have, even if it's learning to get a few minutes to yourself here and there, and that could be in the trainings in my free Facebook group, we have like 10 minutes of activity. If you can walk for 10 minutes a day, you preferably stay out in nature, that gives you some quiet time, a chance for you to reconnect to yourself. If you can do the 5 minutes of quiet time experience, that's where it's, even if it's a minute 5 times throughout the day, it gives you a sense to be quiet and connect to yourself. We talk about that in that training, to realize just a little bit throughout the day. And that can allow you to be a little mindful of what you're doing, and it can become aware of your thoughts and your feelings, which I did a training on this, or I did a video on this not too long ago about being alone with your thoughts. That might also give you a chance the time to reflect on your values and goals. Because if you can understand what is it you stand for, what do you believe, what's important to you, what do you want to achieve in your life, understandings will help guide the direction and the decisions you make. Think about balance and triad. If you have values and morals that health is important to you, you want to be around for your kids and grandkids, you're going to make decisions to coincide with that. You also can connect with others, connect with your family, your friends, maybe even join a support group sometimes you can share your thoughts and feelings. What it can do, it can realize you're not alone. Sometimes people feel the same way. And it might also give you different perspectives on what's going on around you. And you can realize, okay, this is the way I used to think at one time. I enjoyed that. Here's the way I think now. Maybe I need to go back this way, or I can go completely different. Another one is also try new things. You can maybe rediscover the passions and interests you previously had. Maybe as a kid and life told you you're not supposed to do it and you got away from them. But you can go back in and it might rekindle something you had before or if you've forgotten about, or you might find something new and it's like, oh, I didn't know about this. Here's something I enjoy doing. And it can all be a chance to bring back and connect to yourself. Now, overall, as I mentioned a little while ago, it's going to be a journey. It's going to take some time and effort. Be patient with yourself and realize you can celebrate the wins you have along the way. But overall, it's in those quiet moments, or sometimes, as I already mentioned again, you realize, what am I doing? Is this actually my life? And you realize you don't like it. You're not happy. You're not having fun with it. It's not the life you thought. And then take the moment to consider, is this the life you chose, or is it someone else? And if it's someone else and it's not the life you actually chose, you can start making slow steps to make some changes. Even if it's in those few minutes throughout the day to really connect to yourself and realize what is you want. So try those different things out. And if you want the trainings I talked about in the description, you'll find a link to my Facebook group where we got the trainings there, the quiet time, the 10 minutes of activity. I even got health and wellness year whites, different ones that can help you out there. And I'll also see if I can leave a group to link to being alone with your thoughts. So that way there you can kind of figure out that one there. But yeah, when you lose connection to yourself, it kind of affects everything else in your life. Because if you forget what your core values are, what you are and what you stand for, then your decisions you make aren't based on those, and it's normally not going to be your life. Hope that all kind of makes sense for you. But yeah, link in the description for some of those trainings and that other post. But have yourself a great weekend. If it's going to be snow where you're at, be careful and be safe out there, and I will catch you on Monday. So take care and balancing to you. Bye-bye.